I want to talk to you guys about the time that I realized that fear was my greatest enemy. Fear will paralyze you. Fear will aid you. Fear will it will have you behind. You hear me? It will have you behind. The time that I realized fear was my greatest enemy was when I failed my state board, not once, but twice. I failed my state board, and it was in 2004. I graduated both high school and beauty school. So I was certified. I was a certified cosmetologist. But, you have to take the test to get your cosmetology license. So I failed that test, and then after that, I was like, I don't know. The requirements was for me I had to go back to school. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't know what they're going to have me doing. I just was afraid to go back. So from 2004 up until 2009, I think that was a 4 or 5 year time frame, I sat with this fear. I didn't realize it until I went to school. I signed up. I believe I had to pay for it. And that was the only time I had to pay for beauty school because my whole ride was paid for. I was a dual enrollment student. I finished high school early. So my 12th grade year, I spent my whole 12th grade year in beauty school. I was a full-time student. So 2009, speed up. 2009, I'm registered. I go back to school. Guess what these people had me do? I'm in school. And the school gave me a packet. My services was complete. I actually had over the services. You had to have a certain amount of nails. You have to have a certain amount of perms. You have to have a certain amount of cuts to graduate beauty school. All of my services was over and done. And I went back and beauty school after I failed it, and they gave me a packet, say, study this. Do you know, I was like, I waited 4 years for this? That's the moment I realized fear was my greatest enemy. You guys, fear will paralyze you. Fear will aid you. Fear will it will have you behind. You hear me? It will have you behind. If you're afraid about anything, just sit to yourself. I encourage you, sit to yourself and think about what you're thinking about. Think about why are you afraid? If negative thoughts will have you rowing backwards. You understand me? Negative thoughts will have you so far off in left field, far away from your destiny, far away from the access point. Okay? The moment you think fear, think about what you're thinking about. Why are you afraid? What could possibly happen? Well, what could go wrong? If you're thinking about what can go wrong, think about what can go right. Okay? Once you do that, get rid of that thought of fear. Start thinking about the possibilities. I want you to write down 3 possible things that can happen good about a particular situation. For me, example, I give you just a random example. If you are thinking about going to school, right? Sometimes y'all not afraid. Sometimes y'all just lazy. Y'all don't want to do it. Or it's not a fear. You just overanalyze. You overanalyze until you become paralyzed. Just go sign up. What's the worst that can happen? You graduate? It's not worse. That's good. So guys, that was a time that I realized fear was my greatest enemy. And from that day forward, it still will pop up. Fear will rear its ugly head. But you take the time out and you think about What am I afraid of? Once you think about what you're afraid of, write down what could possibly happen good for you. Be encouraged. I'm signing off. I love you guys. Hopefully this helped. I mean it. Love you. Bye.